What's up, everybody? Richard from TrueShot back today. We have another episode of the TrueShot Guest Spot podcast. It's a nice sunny day out here in good old New Hampshire, so the door is open. Today we got the band Seasons on from Virginia, and these guys are pretty cool, man. You know, they write some just fun, energetic music. We're gonna be playing with them at Blue Ridge Rock Fest. I wanted to have them on, kind of introduce myself to them and just see who I'm going to be playing with. I want to make sure I'm playing with some respectable people, and these guys deliver just that. So I'll be quiet. Let's get into the episode with Seasons. Matt and Josh from Seasons. What's going on, fellas?
What's up?
How you doing, man?
How's it going? I know we talked for plenty of time before, but you know we got to get it. We do the usual podcast intro. How's it going? How you doing? Like we haven't spoken before, but I'm stoked to have you guys on. As you guys obviously know, and as people who probably by this point probably know as well, I just did a reaction to your track "Bounce." And we're both gonna be playing Blue Ridge Rock Fest. I was like, hey man, I gotta get these guys on. I kind of want to meet them a little bit before we play the show, maybe rub some elbows there. So I'm stoked to have you guys on. Look at that. I like that.
Yeah.
Like
Elbows. Yeah.
elbows, whatever the kids call it nowadays. You know what I mean?
Hey,
But,
thank you so much for having us, man. Look, I'm a huge fan of TrueShot, so
oh, well, that means a lot, man. I'm glad that you enjoy it. And so I mean, I guess I'll dive in just by saying like the first time I ever heard of you guys was Kevin Yates. For those of you that aren't familiar with who that is, that's FYM Reacts. And I mean, he hyped you guys up to the high heavens. So how did that all come together with you and Kevin?
dude. So we actually there's another Richmond band, Gravebound. They're actually on Blue Ridge as well. We kind of, I don't know, I guess you could pull the local scene card. We kind of piggybacked. We saw them, they got a reaction, and we kind of wound up reaching out. And then you come to find out, like, Kevin's favorite genre ever is metalcore, and they kind of fit in because we're just a bunch of stupid metalcore kids anyway. And we're like, hey man, check this out. And he wound up liking it, and the relationship kind of developed from there.
Yeah, and he ended up coming like out to the States with you guys for what was it, Metal in the Mountains or something like that?
Yeah, and that was really cool too, man. That was literally, we got a feature from our local NBC outlet, which I'll tell anybody, like, this band is the luckiest band, the most accidentally lucky band. Like, we just try stuff and people say yes, but we reached out to like NBC 12 and they're like, oh yeah, we'll cover this. And we had a crowdfunder actually paid for Kevin's ticket over here, and like, I think it was like 4 days, man. But like everybody like sent him over here, and yeah, Kevin's really solid, man. If you guys are not following FYM, I don't know why. Go subscribe. Like, it's a solid dude.
Josh, do you echo Matt's sentiments? You like Kevin? Or are you kind of like, yeah, he's all right, whatever. Yeah, he's all right.
I'm actually fairly new, so I'm horrible with names.
Oh, are you? Okay.
I'm still trying to learn the lingo and the who's and what's.
So you're new to the band. Okay. When did you join?
I joined probably about
3 days ago.
Yeah, 6 days ago, 6 months ago.
6 months ago. Oh, damn. Okay. What compelled you to join these knuckleheads? Anything in particular?
I needed something exciting. Of course, it's music that I love. Every time I've been in a band, I wanted to go towards their direction.
Yeah.
And it's never gone that way. And they actually hit me up after our Halloween show last year and offered us to join up. So I said, sure, why not? I'm in another band as well, but that's my bread and butter. I love Seasons. I've become their fan and a member.
Cool. And you said that like kind of past bands that you were in. What was that kind of sound? And then like what are some bands that you like that made you like go towards Seasons?
Well, I mean, I've been in stuff like bands that have like a Black Keys sound. I like that stuff too, because you can play that anywhere. But I've had bands that were like, they just wanted to be nothing but thrash and just
Oh yeah.
just cramming as much blast beats in as you can as possible, all of that kind of stuff. And it just wasn't me. I want something with better structure and a actual like hook to it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Seasons have. I actually I burned a CD of all their songs, and I literally listened to that CD back to back every day.
Dude, literally, all right, so to his credit, and I'm going to make fun of him because, I mean, hey, man, whatever gets you from point A to point B, but, like, when he came in, he was like, hey, you guys have any CDs? And we're like, no, dude, everything is digital. We don't have CDs. And he's like, no, I need a CD. So the first show he plays with us, like, it was a home show for us, so I wound up riding with him to the show, and I get in his car, and I'm like, shit, dude, you're still relying on a CD player. But that's how he learned our songs.
Damn. So what cars have a CD player? I mean, what? I'm trying to think.
A 2002 Hyundai Santa Fe.
Dude, I got a 2013 Fusion. I got Bluetooth, but I still got a CD player.
I honestly like I don't even know if my car does. It might, but I don't think I've ever even like had the like, oh, let me see if I can use this. I just never have. So I probably do, but I don't even know. But no, that's cool. But so like, what are some of the bands that you guys kind of like that? Because I know that you said, Matt, that you're kind of a metalcore kid. So like, what are those bands for you that make you that metalcore kid?
To deep dive that without getting too long-winded, I would actually, like, I'm the old dude in the band. I'm the oldest member. It kind of hurts my feelings saying that. I'll be 34 next month, actually. But I'm a big-time, like, new metal guy. Metalcore, too. Seven Dust is my all-time favorite band. I've seen them, I think, literally, like, I don't know. I think I'm up to like 23, 24 times. It's ridiculous. Like, I'm a fanboy. I'm not afraid to admit that to anybody. Those dudes are great, and they're extremely talented musicians. As far as the metalcore side, I feel like it's everybody's go-to, man. Like, A Day to Remember, I Prevail. And then if we go back further than that, like, I'm a huge, like, It Dies Today fan. Like, dude, put on your guy liner and let's go. Like, that, like... I love It Dies Today.
Are you a big As I Lay Dying fan too, if you're going way back?
Not so much. I mean, August Burns Red, yes. Like, I mean, I like As I Lay Dying's older stuff, like Confined and stuff like that. Pretty much everything before Tim lost his shit and tried to kill his wife.
Yeah. I've heard about that. You know, I think that floated around the internet there for a while.
But I think, like, Blue Ridge, like, the new metal's coming out. Like, I mean, all of us, like, I know you guys probably deal with it too. Everybody deals with it, like, as far as, like, you know, the whole social media side, but, like, we're losing our shit. Like, we're over here every day losing our shit. Like, they announced, like, Papa Roach and Limp Bizkit, and
I know.
Like, I'm 33, and I'm sitting there like, never in my life did I ever think I would be on a festival with Limp Bizkit or Papa Roach. Like, that's out of this world. Like, metalcore or not, like, I'm like, dude, I get to share the stage with Fred Durst and Jacoby Shaddix. That's ridiculous.
Dude, when I saw that they announced Limp Bizkit, I was like, what the I was like, what?
But here's what's cool. And a lot of people, and this dives into my music nerd side, I'm sure Josh can echo this too, but you know, Limp played for a while without Wes Borland. We're from Richmond, Virginia. Wes Borland is actually from Richmond. But not only is this, I know, their first Virginia show in 22 years, but it's their first original lineup show, which means Wes is with Limp Bizkit. So you get the full-on experience. It's Limp Bizkit with Wes Borland.
Oh, that's sick. That's good. Dude, I'm so pumped to see that. And what day do you guys play Blue Ridge anyway?
I think we can say this now. My wife's over here giving me shit about Limp, but no, we play Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. We play Saturday. We are main stage, I believe, main stage A Saturday, if I had to get specific, but not that holds any weight.
Yeah, we play on Sunday. I was like, I might as well go on the last day, you know, so hopefully they'll send it off with a bang, you know.
Dude, we are camping, and I promise you, I can speak for myself, I will be in the pit for you guys. Like, you guys are awesome.
Well, I appreciate that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Blue Ridge, man. It's I know that you guys, I know not Josh, because, you know, he just joined, you know, 48 hours ago. but when you played Metal in the Mountains, like, like what was that kind of like? And did you learn anything, I guess, from like that festival experience that you're going to carry over into Blue Ridge? Move your ass is probably one of them, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel bad that it is only me and Josh who could really like hop on this podcast due to everybody's schedule. But with him being new, so we kind of screwed up. I won't lie, we stole a page out of a Day to Remember's book. We are very much like fun oriented guys. We're the only thing that's like really, really true about the bounce video. Like that's not our everyday life, but like we like to have fun, man. And so we were like, hey, how can we create a lasting memory? Oh, let's make a giant mess. So we're like, hey, let's get beach balls, toilet paper. Let's just throw shit everywhere.
Yeah.
So now, oh, dude, we trashed Metal in the Mountains, like the venue. Like they spent like 3.5 days, from what I heard, cleaning up after us. So it was like we made a memory, but now like we're on Metal in the Mountains this year, and we're sitting here watching fans. And Josh is new, and our rhythm guitarist Nick, he's new as well. Not as new as Josh, but like everybody, all these fans are like, "Hey, are you guys bringing toilet paper?" And the venue owner's like reading comments, and he's like, "I'll kill every single one of y'all if y'all do this again." But no, man, just do something memorable. That's the whole thing about being in the band. That's the beauty of it, and I'm pretty sure you could probably relate as an artist yourself. I mean, the biggest thing that I know I live for personally, I can only speak for me, is if like I've been through a lot, man, trauma wise, just life. Everybody's been through stuff. And if I can connect with somebody, if I can create an experience, if I can reach somebody on a deeper level and like, hey, you're not alone, just create the experience, a memory that they won't forget. Like that's definitely the biggest takeaway from any festival in general.
Yeah. No, that's good, man. I think that's really solid advice. But Josh, so you joined recently, and then since then, I think the only song that they've released is "Bounce." So were you like, okay, what am I getting into here? What's going on here? It sounds like Attila. What's going on? Like what?
Oh, don't get me wrong. I love Attila.
Oh,
I
hell
love
yeah.
Attila. I'm extremely influenced by Attila and
Really? Oh, sick.
all kinds of stuff. Miss May I love them. I'm pumped. Just playing. Okay, so we're doing Metal in the Mountains, Blue Ridge, and Carolina Uprising. Just playing one of those festivals, I've already reached my life goal, but I get to do that 3 times in 1 year, and my mind is gonna be blown. I'm probably gonna like crap my pants while I'm up there, but hopefully it turns out pretty good. I can't fathom what it's gonna be like. Um, I'm trying to think of like what's the next goal after that? What's after these festivals?
What's the next mountain to climb?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd even get this far.
Is that your first show? Or have you guys played since, or like have you played any? Yeah, I don't think you probably obviously haven't played any shows with Season since you've joined, have you?
Oh no, we played a show before. We have another one coming up too. Another
Oh, do
local
you?
show.
Oh, sweet. Is it the restrictions are obviously probably kind of lifted down there in Virginia, or?
Yeah, I think they have.
Oh, sweet.
For the most part, and bars and stuff are open till 2 a.m. again.
Oh, damn. Yeah, because I'm up here in New Hampshire, and I went into Walmart today, and they took off those signs off the bottom of the floor. They're like, walk this way, walk that way, and I was like, hell yeah, we're back to reality. It's like now that I can walk anywhere in Walmart, it's a good sign.
I got a name drop and show some love, man. We
Yeah.
kind of broke I guess like the whole ban, like, oh, don't play during COVID, whatever.
Yeah.
But we everybody followed rules. We'll go ahead and get that out. Everybody was masked up and everybody was respectful. But no, we played a show. Josh's first show was with the ladies in GFM. I'm not sure if you're familiar with them. Kevin's a huge fan of them too.
GFM. No.
Gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Those ladies are absolutely ridiculous in the best way possible.
They're good.
That was Josh's first show with us, but it was like a 75 ticket cap, which I don't think any of us would have cared if there were like 5 people. We were just like, dude, we want to get on stage and act stupid with our friends and do what we love to do. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm pretty sure, I'll take you further, man. I'm pretty sure any of us would have like played next to a dumpster and be like, whoever shows up, shows up. But it's just being able to do what we love, man, getting back to it. But yeah, Josh has played that one show so far.
So then it's going to be going from that show there to a festival. There you go.
That may have been a small local show, but I was nervous as heck. I mean, we've had problems trying to practice because either people couldn't get there on time or we had to change practice space. I had like legit 3 or 4 practices before, like within 3 months before that show. And that's why I got the CD and I was just listening to it over and over and over and I just memorized it.
Oh, so yeah. I guess, Matt, before you found Josh to join the band, is your scene like mine where drummers are impossible to find? They're like rare artifacts. They're dinosaurs.
So I'm gonna like, this is bragging, and I'm sure, like, dude, I was having this conversation actually with our Blue Ridge contact. I'm not sure who y'all's is, but having this conversation with our contact a while back, Emily Musey, and
that's mine.
I was like,
well, yeah.
And I was like, man, like, this band almost didn't happen because of drummers. So try to make this as short as possible just so it makes sense. Our frontman, who at the time was the original drummer of this band.
Oh wow.
Him and I go back to we've known each other since middle school. We used to sit around and we were like, hey dude, let's start a band before he even owned a drum set. Him and I were in a band back in like 2012 that had a developmental deal. It was a butt rock band. I'll flat out admit it. It was straight butt rock. Brother. But we had a developmental deal on the table with Universal and Atlantic, and then the band completely imploded. We started this band, and it kind of we had to beg him to get in the band to begin with, and we had a bunch of issues with our frontman, and he was kind of sitting there, and he was like, "Man, give me a shot." So we're like, "All right." I knew he could sing. I mean, I'll admit this because there's a cover we're about to come out with. I won't say what it is. Everybody, including Josh, would probably hate me if I drop the name. But there's a cover we're about to come out with, and I knew he was vocally talented. Like I used to be roommates with Randall, but like I've been to karaoke. Like I knew he could sing, but he was like, "Hey man, give me a shot." Well, then that leaves us with no drummer, and we go to find a drummer.
Yeah,
it's just like, we realized like how fortunate we are. Randall and Josh both, like, I don't know how you are up there up north, but just like as far as like metal drummers, like I'm not a drummer. I'm very creative, and I will say like I've had a lot of influence on a lot of the breakdowns that have happened. But up until we found Josh, Randall was like the only drummer that I ever played with that I could like just come up with something in my head, the most off-time shit possible, and be like, "Hey, do this," and he was like, "All right, I can do that." And even now when we're writing, like I'll look at Josh and I'm like, "Look, man, like I'm fully aware and I'm going to be transparent. I cannot do what I'm about to ask you to do, but I need you to do this." Like I mean, and that's what happened when we started the band too. I mean, the original lineup, Randall and I are the only two members remaining. Excuse me, I can't talk. But like we were trying to audition drummers, and it was like there's so few and far between, man. I mean, just solid guys who can play to a click, who want to be professional.
Yes, no one can play to a click. It's like, what are you doing? Like,
I don't care what anybody says. Anybody, dude, I hate old school people. I have a lot of respect. Let me clear that up. But everybody likes to use that term. Oh, in the pocket. No, there's perfect time, or you're off. That's it. That's it. There's perfect time, or you're off. There's no in between.
Yeah, because I know for us, like we play with backtrack, so you got to be on time. You know, if you go off time.
That was my first time playing with the click track or backtrack.
Really? Yeah. How is that for you? Like adjusting to that, was it pretty easy?
I actually prefer it. Prefer it now.
Yeah, it's
with the other band we don't use it. They go off of me, and I'll do what I want.
Yeah. It just, I mean, especially if you have backtracks, which I don't know if you guys do for your live shows, but like I mean, if you have click tracks, backtracks, you need the click, and otherwise you are screwed. But yeah, no, I don't know, man. Like up here, up north, man, it is insanely difficult to find a drummer. Like it is incredibly, and like it's so difficult. And like we just went out to California to track some music with our producer, and like there's just talent everywhere. I mean, you turn a corner, there's a drummer over there, there's a guitar. I mean, it's just insane. It's like what the fuck, like. There's nobody here, and then like everywhere else, I feel like there is. But at least I can take some solace in knowing that you guys were equally as screwed as us. So that's good.
I feel like there's a lot of drummers in this area, and there are really good ones in their own genre.
Right.
Like something that they mentioned before when I joined their band, it's not just me clicking to their music or being able to play the music. It's all of us clicking together as friends and partners in this band.
Right. Yeah, no, that's definitely a big part of it.
The battle.
Yeah, because I mean, we've definitely come across some people who have the talent, but they're a little out there. I mean, let's be honest. And like I don't mind a little out there, but like a little out there in the bad way can be not good. So,
dude, like I said, the backtrack, like this band almost didn't happen because of lack of drummers in Richmond. Like as I mentioned, Randall and I are the only two like actual, I guess, like OG original members. If you wanted to get technical and get stupid, and neither one of us are where we started. I was the original guitarist. He was the original drummer. Now I'm the bassist. He's the front man. But nonetheless, it was like one of my friends who I started the band with. Like we kept auditioning drummers, and it literally got to a point we went through. I don't even know how many, dude. And we looked at each other one day. We're like, I swear to God, like if we can't get Randall to join, or if we can't find a drummer, like this band is not happening because it's not like we can't find anybody who can do what we want to do.
Yeah, no, we haven't had a full-time drummer in, oh my God, like since the end of 2019. We have not had a full-time drummer. We've yeah.
I don't know if it's like this up there for y'all, but like the shittiest part, and to Josh's credit, because like I said, like dude, what he said is so true. Like he learned our stuff off of CD. Like he's so talented, and so is Randall, just in that aspect. But it's like, we would have drummers hit us up, and they were like, "Oh yeah, dude, I've got 15 years experience," and then we go jam with them, and we're like, "All right, you have $20,000 worth of gear, and you fucking suck, dude." Like, there was one guy we played with where like literally I was like, all right, dude, just give me a single kick and a snare, give me a straight rock beat, and I wound up walking out. Like I was like, I can't play with you. Like I'm not even being mean. It's just like, dude, I can count to 4. I can do what I'm asking you to do, and you can't do this. Like I don't get it.
It's or like a lot of the drummers are, they're like Beatles cover band, just like, I mean, listen, man, do your thing. I'm not, trying to cut anybody down for doing their thing, but it's like trying to find somebody who's into metalcore and can drum. It's like, I don't even know, man. It's a rare species. I'll say that. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's been pretty cool. But so I guess you had mentioned before we got on something about your track Killing Season. It has to do with. Go ahead, explain. I don't want to ruin the story. Go ahead.
So I said this before we actually started the podcast. Just to backtrack, and it's funny because our management company, we're with MVK Music out of Orlando. They call us King Midas. And for that reason, I'll tell you, like, this band accidentally steps in like golden piles of dog shit. Like nothing we do is intentional. It's like a on purpose accident, if that makes any sense. Like we just try to do stuff and people say yes. And we're all sitting here like looking at each other like, holy shit, I can't believe that worked. But no, so we had some friends through friends, etc., and we wound up getting hooked up with Jason Brooks, who plays Jason Voorhees in Friday the 13th Vengeance. And actually, the conversation started with Peter Anthony. He's behind Friday the 13th Roseblood. And just being associated with that franchise anyway is insanely huge. I mean, to be associated with anything Jason Voorhees related is nuts. But no, we kind of reached out, man, and we were like, hey, are you guys accepting music submissions, or can we send you something and try to get on the soundtrack? We weren't even thinking the movie.
Yeah.
We were just like, hey, can we hop on the soundtrack here? And conversations kept going, and we got to a point where just being completely transparent here, which I don't mind. We were like, hey, should we target write this? Like, should we write from a certain standpoint, or should we just write a song and see if y'all like it? And Peter Anthony was like, hey, target write it, send it to Jason Brooks. And we did that. We wrote Killing Season. And what wound up happening is we were pretty much like, if Jason Voorhees, as fucked up as that dude is, we were like, if that dude could write a song, like if he could spill all his emotions on a page, like what would he say? And we wound up doing that with Killing Season. And we sent it to Jason, and it wound up being his favorite track that anybody had submitted. And he was like, hey, you guys are going to be on the soundtrack, and this is also probably going to be the credit track for the movie, to the point where he confirmed it's the credit track. But no, as far as like the videos go, just from a fan standpoint, and only a couple people have caught this. I say a couple people, we've been very fortunate with this band and just our fan base, but there's a couple people who directly caught it. We kind of pulled some really stupid like movie stuff, and like we kind of released the videos backwards on purpose. So we came out with Killing Season first, and then we released our song Bounce. You know, if you watch the video for Bounce, you did a reaction earlier.
Yeah.
You'll see a girl leaving a party. All right, well, now if you go watch Killing Season, you'll understand where she went.
Now I got to do a reaction to Killing Season now. I mean, I got to figure out what happens.
And I feel like that's a lot more true to us too. And to get into it, I know we talked about it briefly before we started the podcast. All of us are Attila fans. It's not like, oh, we were jumping on their bandwagon.
Oh, yeah.
It was no, and we know it's coming, man. Like it's such a, like, that was our goal. We were like, dude, we don't have a party song. Let's just write a stupid party song that can be an anthem, just like whatever. I want to go out on a weekend. I want to go have fun with my friends. Like, let's do this. And that's what it turned into. And our lead guitarist, Mark, like, that's his favorite band in the world, Attila. So we were like, all right, well, we're just going to do this. But if you get into Killing Season, I feel like that's more so like what this band entails. And I mean, we did write that song we tried to write it from Jason's perspective. However, just the music and everything else, it's a lot closer to what we do. And we try to not do the same thing twice, which is actually kind of how we came out with Bounce. We were like, hey, dude, we don't have a party song. Let's write a party song.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's all just trying to reach a wide variety of people.
Well, so Josh, what about you, man? I know that obviously you're kind of newer. Like, what are you hoping to, like, you know, you've listened to the season CD and your O2 Santa Fe 53,000 times. What you're sitting there listening to, and you're like, man, all right, now I'm in this band. I really want to get this in a song. Like, is there like a certain kind of, like, you know, do you want to get some 808s in there? Do you want to get some Korn spoken word? Like, what do you like? What do you want to hear?
Dude, I'm gonna cut this off, Josh. If you, after all our discussions, if you don't bring up Circus Survive right now, like, you're excommunicated, dude.
Circus Survive is my shit.
Okay.
That band to death. I've seen them in and out of state 4 different times. I've been waiting on the 5th time, but COVID's had this reschedule it 2 years later.
Yeah.
I would love. I like. Okay, so there's Seasons has shown a dark side and a light side to their music.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely okay with swinging both ways for anything. Because
how you doing?
Because yeah. The more melodic it can get, the better. But at the same time, I still love the heavy energy and just like the feeling of rage from it at the same time. So I'm cool with all that. If Randall decides one day he wants to sing like Marilyn Manson, then we'll write a Marilyn Manson version of a season song, and that'll be that. It'll still sound great.
I love it. So you guys are just kind of open. There's no like set like, all right, guys, we're gonna be a 3-chorus, verse chorus metalcore band. You just explore all kinds of different sounds, huh?
Dude,
But
I
in a,
love
but
I
in a
love how you brought up
consistent-
the 3-chorus thing. Like, dude, even listening back to past songs, and we're getting a lot better with that. Like, just being smarter composition wise. Like, there's some songs that our fans love, and like to go to your reaction you did earlier today, like the whole 3-chorus thing is like listening to it, we're like, God damn it, like we shouldn't have done that again.
3 choruses is tough. I mean, for anybody, you know, it's not just you guys. It's definitely something that I remember we did it for one of our songs, "Find Me, I'm Missing," and then after that, I was like, guys, we're never doing 3 choruses again. Like, it's just like. I mean, maybe some bands can pull it off. I just like I'm just my favorite band's Amur, so like choruses are kind of like, you know, I mean, they don't really exist with Amur. I mean, let's be honest. But you know, so but no, I was stoked to do the reaction and like I said, kind of make it like a seasons kind of day because I know Kevin's been hyping you guys up to me for a while. And I liked I mean, it's on. I put it on our playlist, so it's a cool song, man. It's just there's no like, you know, listen, we're super techie or anything like that. It's just like, man, we're just here to have a good time and just bounce. So I mean,
And I don't want to shoot that down either. I mean, I appreciate like I appreciate that like you as an artist especially pointed that out. And we try to really write to what's true to the song. And
yeah,
I'll say that to our lead guitarist Mark, who couldn't join us tonight. I'd put him up against anybody, dude. He actually we started this COVID like guitar battle thing. He actually wound up like battling Alex from Envisions, which was ridiculous,
Envision's
dude.
sick.
So we compare Mark, and it's a hell of a comparison. He would shake his head and probably smack me, but dude's like Jason Richardson Jr. Like what he can do is absolutely stupid. What he does is he's very smart and intelligent, and he writes to what fits the song. However,
I love that.
like his talent though, like if we were to just let him go, we're like, Mark, all right, go 6-finger tap, sweep, do backwards arpeggios, and everything that you know how to do, we would turn into like Between the Buried and Me, or like I mean anybody like that. I mean, but the talent here is ridiculous. I think
smarter to write simple though. At the
right,
same
the composition is what sets it apart, and I think that's also like I guess the beautiful thing about it. I think just speaking from an artist, and you know, people, especially like we live in cancel culture right now, and I'm sure you guys deal with it to some degree too. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think people tend to forget that artists, man, like you're given this blank canvas. And yeah, you have a fan base that you're selling to, but you should be able to do what you're comfortable with. I mean, you obviously want to make your fan base happy, but there's no limits to what you can do. Like Josh said, like if Randall like one day is like, yo, I want a Marilyn Manson vibe, like, all right, well, there's no like written law that's like, hey, we
Right.
can't go here. Like we're gonna do this because it feels good, it sounds good, it's sincere, and it's genuine.
It's still got to sound like that our group like seasons. You know what I mean? It can't just be too random because I've run into that problem before with other bands too, where one day we sound like Corn, and then the next day we sound like Justin Bieber. You know what I mean?
Hey, look, I'm not gonna knock that. Justin Bieber, like that dude sold how many albums? Same thing as everybody gives Nickelback shit. You can say what you want, but Nickelback is made a living and then some.
I mean, listen, they have some certified bops. I mean, I don't care what anyone says. But just imagine, you know, a Justin Bieber, you know, him going like, baby, baby, baby. You know? I mean, I'm pretty sick. I mean, let's be honest.
But it would sell. I promise you, it would sell.
Oh hell yeah! And so I guess I'll say this to you guys because when we started, it said that we only had 40 minutes because I've never done these with multiple people before. Usually I do it with one other person. I never get any kind of time limit. So I'll wrap us up here. Excuse me, shortly. But I guess I'll ask you guys. I guess kind of to send you off. If you each had to pick one vocalist to feature on a track and then one band to play with, like within reason, like it can't be like Circa Survive. I mean listen, I hope you guys do get there, but like something that's like kind of like within, like, you hit the baseball and you can kind of get it in a center field. You can get the ball out there. Like, who would you guys pick? Let's start with you, Matt. Let's start with you.
If I was to go, and this is again telling on myself, I'm the old guy here. Got a lot of friends doing this. If I could make it happen, I would absolutely love, and this might sound facetious, to go against what you said. Like, it might sound kind of out there, but then again, like with some of the contacts, I would love if we could do a song and have LJ from Seven Dust. I said that's my favorite band.
Oh damn. Yeah.
Dude, and just how bluesy he can get, man. If you look into their backstory, like he started his career before Seven Dust, like singing blues and R&B.
Yeah.
But like he can scream, he can yell, and he can also get that bluesy tone. So if there was like a vocal feature who I would like kill for, it would definitely, for me, it would be like LJ from Seven Dust.
That'd be awesome. Josh, what about you?
Mine's gonna have to be Ollie Sykes from Bring Me the Horizon.
Yeah.
That's
That dude comes out with the amazing songs left and right. Like, they've advanced so much. I would like his earlier stuff too.
Yeah.
Like his new stuff as well. So either one, or a little bit of both.
Dude, that'd be kind of cool to see like an EP with like LJ and then Ollie featured on it. Imagine that. Like, that'd be pretty sick.
Hey, but you know what? Can I like, for the sake of both our bands, for Seasons and for TrueShot, the beauty of like where we are today is social media. And you look at like somebody like, what's his name? I don't want to butcher it. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but like Jarris Johnson, like the guy that got featured. So I remember like my wife showed me something, like he hopped on like the Papa Roach track and like he did something with Papa Roach just via like, and then hopped on via TikTok, and he's doing something with Bring Me the Horizon. Well, then Ollie Sykes finds out about it and he's like, yo, dude, hit me up, let's go.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's kind of the beauty with like the digital side nowadays, is like, I mean, I remember, to go back, and this is getting back into, fans can call it butt rock or whatever, but it blew my mind when you don't realize like who's paying attention. And I would say this to anybody, to any band at any level, whether you're a local scene or whatever. Like, the way that social media is, I was having a conversation with somebody, and they were like, oh, Paul Crosby said something about you. For those of you who don't know, Paul Crosby is the original drummer from Saliva. And so in my head, I'm like, dude, why does the drummer from Saliva know who the fuck we are? Like, why is that even a relevant discussion right now? Like, how does this dude know who Seasons is, or why does he know our name? Like, you never know. Thanks to social media these days, you don't know who's watching.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, man. Doing the reactions, the people that I've managed to come into contact with, it's crazy. But yeah, listen, guys, I appreciate having you on. We're definitely going to do a round two, only because, like I said, it said 40 minutes when we first got on, and I just don't want to cut you guys off. So I'll figure that out on my end, and we'll do a round two, and maybe with some more of the guys. Does that sound okay?
It does. Yeah. Hey, I have a request though.
Okay, what's up?
Can we have a podcast and have TrueShot on our podcast?
Absolutely, dude. You name the time and place, I'll be there.
Yes. But Josh gets to ask all the questions. If you go find him on social media, dude, he posts like this, like all these stupid posts, which I spend most of my day laughing at.
Listen, man, I'm open to it. I would love to come on and shoot the shit with you guys some more. And I'm looking forward to playing Blue Ridge with you guys. You guys seem like awesome dudes, and I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome.
Well, you guys take care, and I'll say bye to you off the air in a more formal fashion. Thank you so much for listening or watching this episode of the True Shot Guest Spot podcast. If you want to help support us, you can join our Patreon, patreon.com/TrueShotOfficial. Follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/TrueShotOfficial. And if you listen to this on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff they've been here for the past 20 years. And then Apple Podcasts, leave us a 5-star review. And if you're listening to this on Spotify, follow the podcast so that way you'll be notified when we release new episodes. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.